are live. Okay, so review day. Okay, today is 9/24/19. Okay, so I might do some of this on a separate sheet of paper. So number one, I've got a f of x equals 2x minus x cubed minus 1. So first of all, standard form, right? Standard form is going to be a f of x equals a negative x cubed plus 2x minus 1. Okay? Biggest exponent all the way down. Super easy. Everybody should get this right tomorrow. Okay, degree. It's just the biggest exponent. Degree is 3. Okay? The leading coefficient. Yeah, leading coefficient is -1 because it's the number in front of the biggest term. Okay. We need the local max and local min. So I'm going to graph it, and I'm going to put it on my calculator. And I'm going to go y equals. And again, you cannot use your phone tomorrow. So if you want decimals, either you're going to have to snag a computer, or you're going to have to just use a calculator. So I'm going to go negative x to the third plus 2x subtract 1, and I'm going to graph it. Okay, looks like that. So I'm going to use my trace button, and I'll first draw a rough sketch of it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we've got to have the general idea, the close to the same shape, right? Trace, and if I want to go to my minimum, it's right about there at about -0.85. So my minimum is a point. It's a point, -0.85, comma, -2.1 about. And my maximum, I'm going to find that in a second by using my trace button. So I'm going to go over to the max, which looks about -1. About 0.85 and maybe about 0 maybe. I don't know, 0.85. 0.85 and maybe about 0.1, okay? I'm gonna round it 0.85 and about a 0.1, 0.1, okay? There's my max. Now if I put those on my graph, it's gonna help me a lot, okay? So -0.85 and -2 is just about here. My -0.85 and 1 is right about here. And it looks like it has to go through -1. I know that. So my graph is going to look like this. Okay, I'm just going to make a trace of it. There it is. Okay. So far, so good. All right. Am I going too fast? Okay, increasing. Where's it going uphill? Well, it's going uphill from here to here. So that's my -0.85 to my positive 0.85. It's the x values, right? X values. Write yourself a little note. X values. X values, right? So it's going uphill from -0.85 to a positive 8.5. Or if you want to do set notation, you can go like this. You do not have to use set notation, okay? Decreasing, going downhill. Am I going too fast? I'll wait for you. So, like that?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where it's going uphill. Uphill from -0.85 to positive 0.85. X values, not Y values, right? It's going downhill. Well, it's going downhill from -infinity to a -0.85, and it's also going downhill from 0.85 to positive infinity, and from a positive 0.85 to a positive infinity. Okay. If you want to write it in set notation, that's fine with me, but I can use words as long as you tell me the right thing. If I use my set notation, it's going to be my negative 0.85. I'm going to go greater than x greater than a positive 0.85, okay? I'll take either one. Does not matter to me. I'll take set notation, which is super nice and cool, or words, which is okay. Alright, you guys ready for number 2? Okay, number 2. Alright. Number 2. So if I want the perimeter and the area, okay, let's see. First of all, let's tackle the perimeter, okay? So the perimeter, let's gotta go from here to here. So this distance here is gonna be the 2x plus 1 and plus the x, right? Going up, it's gonna be the 2x plus 1 and the x, right? So this side really is a 3x plus 1, right? Moving across from here to here is a 2x plus 3 plus a 2x going across, right? So all the way across is a 4x plus 3. How am I doing? So let's do perimeter first. Perimeter is easy. We're just going to add all the way around.
Interruption. We need the following students up to the stage for pictures: Dante Atkins, Gloria Campbell, Caius Hamilton, Connor Nelly, Reese Rasudik, Ethan Frank,
4, 5, 6,
Abelardo Gonzalez,
10, 11.
Jackie Munoz,
Add the x's, right? Add the x's. Just that plus that plus that
Grace
plus that.
Smith,
Okay.
Josiah Smith,
3,
Drew Dodson, Savannah Heil,
4, 5, 6, 7,
and
8.
Jada Wango Marks.
Okay, there's
All
my
up
perimeter.
to
Okay.
the stage for pictures. Also, Juana Palacios Villalobos.
Okay. Area's a little bit different. What I'm going to do is have two areas, because I know how to find the area of any rectangle's length times width, right? So I know the area of a rectangle is just simply length times width, right? So I'm going to have area 1 plus area 2, okay? So rectangle plus rectangle, okay? So area 1 is just going to be, so the area of the whole thing, area 1 is just going to be my 3x plus 1 times my 2x plus 3, right? Plus area 2, which is a 2x times an x, okay? So I've got the area of this rectangle, length times width, right? 2x plus 3 times that. Okay, I've got the base times the width, and then plus the little rectangle, which is its length times its width, okay? Now I'm going to simplify that, make it look better, okay? So I'm going to whisk this away for a second, and I'm going to simplify this.
Can you slow down?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So what I did to find the area, I know that the area of any rectangle, this is not a rectangle. This is not a rectangle, but I can make it into two rectangles. So do a line right here. Rectangle 1 plus rectangle 2, okay? And the rectangle, area of rectangle is length times width.
Should it be perimeter? Should it be plus 9?
Let me do it again, Mr. Davis really messed me up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8.
Good.
Okay. So back to area, right? Length times width. So area, this one's length times width. That times that. You guys got it? And then the area, this one is length times width. Okay. Now that's my area. Rectangle 1, rectangle 2, and I'm going to try and simplify that. How am I doing? Okay. So that's pretty messy. So I'm going to go ahead and do my area again is equal to my 3x plus 1 times my 2x plus 3 plus my 2x times my x. Okay, let's simplify this, make it look better. Let's FOIL. 3x times 2x, 6x squared. 3x times 3, 9x. 1 times 2x, 2x. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, I just FOILed it, right? So I can plus a 2x squared. You guys okay? It's plus 2x squared, right? Okay, now I'll have a 8x squared, 8x squared plus 11x plus 3. And that's the area I want to put down. So my area, my answer is 8x. So my area is my 8x squared plus 11x plus 3. Okay? How am I doing? Okay, now, we're going to look at number 3, and I'm going to do 3 on a separate sheet of paper because it takes a lot of work. So I'm going to go parentheses x squared plus 4x minus 6 times x squared minus x minus 4. It is not addition. We got to do the big FOIL. We got to do a big multiply because there's no plus sign, right? So it's just the big FOIL. And when I do it, I'm going to make sure I line up x to the thirds. I'm going to line up x to the squares. I'm going to line up my x's and then add them all, okay? So x times x squared times x squared is x to the fourth. X squared times a negative x x cubed. X squared times a negative 4 is a negative 4x squared, okay? Then 4x times x squared is a 4x cubed, positive 4x cubed, and I'll line them up. 4x times a negative 4x squared. I'll line them up. And 4x times a negative 4 is a negative 16x.
Can you go slower? Because it's like hard to like pay attention to what you're writing and then try to listen and understand.
Okay, I'll try and go slower. Okay. Then give me thumbs up and I'll start with a negative 6. So negative 6 times x squared is a negative 6x squared. Put it there. Negative 6 times negative x is a positive 6x. Put it there. Negative 6x times a negative 4 is a positive 24. Okay, now I have everything lined up. I like to do it this way. It's lined up that I just add straight down, right? So, grand answer. Here we go. X to the fourth plus 3x cubed minus, let's see, 14x squared minus 10x plus 24. Boom. That's a big answer, huh? You can do this. Just be careful not to make mistakes, right? Because there's no doubt everybody in here knows how to do it. Just have to be careful not to make mistakes, okay? All right, let's look at number 4. Okay. Number 4 is actually pretty easy. I've got a 15x squared minus 2x. Subtract a 43x squared plus 16x minus 4. Okay, now, I make mistakes all the time. So when I see a subtract, I can subtract all of these. I like to change this to plus, add, but make sure I bring the negative through. So I'm going to bring the negative through. I'm going to make that plus, and I'll change negative, negative, and positive. It just makes, I'm adding a negative. Subtraction, I'm just adding a negative. And when I move the negatives through, then I don't make a mistake. Okay, so you ready? 43 minus 15, what is that? 28? I don't know, hold on. 43, hold on, clear. 43 minus 15 is, yeah, that's right. Negative 28x squared. Negative 2x, negative 16x makes a negative 18x, and then plus 4. We're done. Yeah, I'll wait for you, but there it is, right?
No, can you pull the paper down?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I just changed the signs because I'm adding a negative. I'm adding a negative, so I added a negative, and then I don't mess up on my sides, right? All right. 5. Pascal's triangle. Tell me when you're ready. 5. 5 is not factoring as Pascal's triangle. So you ready? Number 5. I have, and I'll go slowly with this one. I have a 2x plus 3 to the 4th power. Okay? So, to the 4th power. 4th row of Pascal's triangle. Remember that? So it's going to be a 1, a 4, 6, 4, 1. So if you have Pascal's triangle, that's going to help you out, right? I just happen to have it right here. Okay, Pascal's triangle is right in my brain, but you guys, if you don't have it in your brain, you've got it in your notes, right? Now, I'm going to go a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, and no A's. I'm going to go B4, B3, B2, B1, and no B's. Okay? However, this problem has nothing to do with A's and B's, does it? But that's my, 4, 3, 2, 1, none, and my 4, 3, 2, 1, none. Okay? However, A is going to be my 2x, and my B is going to be my 3. And I'm just going to go from there and substitute things in. Okay? Now try and use different colors, okay, to help you out. Okay? Let's see if I can help you out with the different colors. So first of all, let's put down my 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Okay, now my A's, I'm going to put in pink, okay? Can you see the pink? So I'm going to go a 2x to the 4th, a 2x to the 3rd, a 2x to the 2, a 2x to the 1, and then no 2x's. And then I'll put my B's, and let's see what color I have. I got blue. I'll put blue. So I'll put my B's in blue. So I'll go a 3 to the 4th. I'll go a 3 to the 3. I'll go a 3 to the 2. I'll go a 3 to the 1, and no 3's, right? How am I doing? Am I going slowly enough? Okay. Now we see it all, right? Well, that blue's hard to see, so let me go put that a little bit darker color. 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, all right, you ready? This is going to be a 1 times 16x to the 4th, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16, right? Plus a 4 times an 8x to the 3rd, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, and then times a 3. Plus, this is going to be a 4x squared, because 2 times 2, and then times 9, because 3 times 3 is 9, right? Plus 4 times 2x times 27, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, plus 1 times 81, because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. Now I'm going to use my calculator, because good golly, I got some big numbers. Okay, so I can do this one. 1 times 16 is just 16. Okay, now I'm going to have to use my calculator. I'm going to go, because I got to go 4 times 8 times 3. 96. X3. Alright, got to use my calculator. So I'm going to go 6 times 4 times 9, 216. Okay? Huh? Where? Oh yeah, 96. Thank you. Haha, thank you. Plus 216 x squared. And then I'm going to go 4 times 2 is 8. I'm going to go 4 times 2 times 27, 216x, plus 216x plus 81. Okay, and there is the answer. Ooh, that's a lot of work. Okay, that problem's worth 3 points tomorrow. Makes sense, because it's a lot of work, right? Okay, that might be one of the hardest problems. Okay, you ready? Factor. Okay. We're going too fast. You ever got that? Okay, factor, okay? First of all, 8, let's take out an x, right? You guys see the common x? So I took out my x, I'm right there. And then if I take out x squared minus 2x minus 8, but that will factor again, right? X minus 4, x plus 2. Okay, done. Right? You can do this.
I like that.
Yeah. 9's going to be a little harder, but we can do it. Okay, you ready? 4 times 4 times 4. You ready? I'm going to say it again. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So this is the same thing as a 4x cubed plus a, you ready? 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125 plus 5 cubed. Okay, so now my a is going to be 4x, and my b is going to be 5, and we're going to use this one here. Right? So I'm going to put my 4x here and my 5 there. 4x squared minus those two times together plus my 5 squared. Okay, so I'm just going to plug them into the formula. So we're going to go parentheses 4x plus 5, because it's a plus b, right? Times, I'm going to go 4x squared, which is a 16x squared. I'm going to square that, and then I'm going to multiply. I'm going to get a 20x, and then 5 squared is 25. Okay. All right, 10, I'm running out of room. I'll put 10 up here. I'll squeeze 10 right up here, okay? How's that? Wait till you're ready, okay? So 10, let me rewrite 10 up here because I'm running out of room. 3x cubed minus 27x. Okay? So, common factor first, right? Common factor. 3x. If I take out a 3x, I'll be left with an x squared minus 9. Hopefully you see something. You can do it again, right? 3x, we'll have an x plus 3, x minus 3. Okay, that's it.
Wait, can you go, there's more steps to do on number 9, aren't you?
No, that's all. This will not factor. We will eventually use the quadratic formula on this one, but not till maybe Thursday or Friday, okay? Yeah. Okay, 11, by grouping, right? 4 terms, group it. I'm going to put these two together and these two together, right? I'm going to take out a x squared, and then I'll have a 2x plus 3. Okay. They don't have anything to take out, but let's take out a negative 1. Do you mind if we take out a negative 1? It's going to help us because we want to make the same. So I'm going to take a negative 1.
We need Caius Hamilton, Reese Rasudik, Grace Smith, Ethan Frank, Abelardo
Okay.
Gonzalez, and Jackie Munoz to the stage
Now.
for pictures. Again, Caius Hamilton, Reese Rasudik,
What do they
Grace
have in
Smith,
common?
Ethan Frank, Abelardo Gonzalez, and Jacqueline Guzman, or Munoz, Jacqueline Munoz to
Yeah.
the stage for pictures. Thank you.
Okay, great question. When Mr. Daly gets done talking. So, if I take out the negative, then all of a sudden these two become the same. When I took out the negative 1, and that's what we want, right? By taking out that negative 1, all of a sudden we got 2x plus 3 and another 2x plus 3, which is awesome because that's what we want. So then I'm going to have what they have in common, which is my 2x plus 3, right? If I take that out, I'm left with a x squared minus 1, right? Now, almost done because I can do that again because I can factor the x squared minus 1. So let's see, I'm going to have to squeeze this down below, 2x plus 3, and I'll go x plus 1, x minus 1, okay? How's that? 13, easy, synthetic division, right? Synthetic division, but I got to be careful because I'm missing a term. Before I divide and write it down, I'm missing. What term am I missing? What am I missing? I'm missing the square term, so I'm going to sneak in a 0x squared. You guys okay with that? So synthetic division, okay, so you ready? We're going to go upside down, right? We're going to go positive 1 because we're going to go the opposite of that. We're going to go a 2, a negative 5, a 0, a 4, and a negative 4. Put my adder line and my remainder, okay? All right? So don't forget your missing term, because you'll have a missing term tomorrow too. If you miss the missing term, then you're going to miss the whole problem, okay? Step 1, bring down the 2. And make sure you draw the arrow in there in the box, because then you know that nothing goes in there. That's why I like it in there, because nothing, it goes here, right? Bring down the 2 and multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. And we add. Negative 5 and 2 is a negative 3. And we multiply. We get negative 3. 0 plus negative 3 is a negative 3, and then we multiply. 4 plus a negative 3 makes a 1, and we multiply, and I get a 1. Negative 4 and 1 makes a negative 3. Okay, so now my answer is right there. It's always 1 less. Remember, the x's were invisible. Bring them back. So you guys can do this, right? 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 3x plus 1 plus a negative 3 over what I divided by, which is x minus 1. Okay, there's my answer. Okay? Is it a factor? Yes or no? No. And why not? Okay, so smart. There's a remainder, right? If there's a remainder, it does not go in evenly, so it's not a factor. Ah, that's great, okay? Can you do this? You can do. You can do synthetic division, right? Okay, turn the page. That's it. Awesome. Okay, so I got a little bit of homework for you. Oh, yeah.